Welcome back to Center Valley Talk. This is a real estate show, home improvement and real estate. If you're in the real estate industry or home improvement industry, we want you on our show. Are you a roofer, a landscaper, a carpet guy, or a real estate agent that wants new listings or new clients? Come on our show and we will introduce you. We'll talk to you, ask you some questions, and find out a little bit more about you. Now, there's COVID right now. I don't know if they're selling houses or not selling houses, if you're allowed to sell them now or are you allowed to look at them. Is it a good time to buy? Is it a good time to sell? I don't know. So we've asked an expert in, Benita Urbieta. Welcome, Benita. Now, can you sell houses right now?
Of course. You know what? Right now is the time. If you ever thought about buying a house, right now is the time. You know what? Let's get you pre-qualified. Let's show you houses right now. Right now, we have a really, really low interest. I have people that are been buying houses with a 2.9, 3%.
3% interest?
Yes. You know what? Right now is the time. If you're paying rent, you know what? Why are you paying rent when you can buy?
Yeah.
Okay? Just give me a call and then maybe I can work on your credit.
Yeah, you know, and if prices, prices might go down, but if they go down, interest is going to go up, so it's going to be the same anyway.
Yes.
Get the house at this low interest, because you keep that rate for your whole life, right?
Yes.
For the whole life of the loan, anyway.
Yeah, for
Now,
at least 30 years.
What if somebody has a house and they don't even know what it's worth? Can they come to you and find out?
Of course, they can come, they can give me a call and I can do a report for them. I can find out how much they can sell the house right now. And like I said, right now is really, really good also for the sellers because right now, any house that you put in the market, you know what, within a day or two, that house sells.
It sells really fast right now.
Very
right?
fast,
Yeah,
okay? So if you're thinking about selling, if you have a really, really good equity in your house, just give me a call. I will let you know how much your house is worth, and maybe we can put it in the market right away and sell it within days.
Yeah, and I know something about Benita. It's free to find out what your house is worth. She won't charge you for that, right?
No.
And you go to an expert like Benita. If you're not sure if your value's up or down, or maybe you have a giant loan and you're upside down, maybe you're not upside down anymore, and Benita can find that out. Now, you said something about pre-qualifying. So if somebody's not sure if they can afford a house or not sure what kind of down payment, they don't know any of these things, they could come to you and you'll kind of steer them in the right direction?
Of course. You know what? That's one of the things. The first thing that you need to do is to find out if you pre-qualify for a loan and for how much, okay? And if for any reason you cannot qualify at that moment, it's okay. You can always, work on your credit. We will let you know what is that you need to do, and then so we can work with you. So don't even say that, probably I can't buy a house, because you don't know. You come, you call me, and then you're going to find out if you can. If you can't, we can always help you. Maybe it's not going to be at that time, but pretty soon we can just help you, and we can get you in a house.
Now, I recently heard of some renters who bought a house, and the house payment was cheaper than their rent.
Yes. You know what? I just closed some deals with some of my clients that they were paying $1,500, $1,600 a month. With the rates that we have right now, they end up paying $1,200, $1,300 a month.
Yeah.
So they're saving money already as it is. And a lot of people, their concern is that the house is going to go down. Maybe I can just wait. And we don't know. We don't know. But the only thing that we know right now is that rates are really, really low. And it's the time to buy a house right now.
And if you're a renter, I mean, it's free to find out. Call Benita Urbieta. I have trouble saying that, sorry, but I'm pretty close. I'm getting closer.
Yes.
Call her and find out if you could maybe buy a house cheaper than rent, if you qualify. And if you don't qualify, she'll tell you what to do to get qualified in a few months or a year or something. Who knows? But start now to find out. Now, is there difficulty showing houses right now because of the COVID? Are there restrictions or safety precautions?
Well, what we need to do, we have to make appointments. And we cannot just come in like before, before the property, even if the property is vacant, that nobody lives in the property, we still have to be very careful, okay? So you guys have to sign a form Then after that, we have to make an appointment. So it's kind of, a little bit difficult, but not impossible. Not impossible. We can, as long as we follow the rules, you have to wear your mask. You have to wear gloves if that's what the seller requires. A lot of times we make a one-on-one appointment, so the seller won't be there. You know what? We just come in, only whoever is going to come in and view the property. So we take precautions. So as long as we do what we need to do, we're fine. We can still show you a house.
Yeah. And that's why you go to a professional, because you know the rules, you know the procedures, and you can get people in and out of a house safely without anybody catching COVID, hopefully, and that's why you call someone like Benita.
And we also do virtual showings too.
Yeah.
That's
like
another way of dealing with the situation right now.
And by the way, it looks like Benita and I are sitting right next to each other, right? But we're really 10 feet apart, safe.
Yes.
Benita does everything safe, so you can count on her. Now, how should people reach you? Should they call you, or do you have a web address?
They can call me. The number that I have is 559-779-5161. That's the best number that they can reach me anytime. Or they can always email me. It's Benita Urbieta #1 @gmail.com. Or they can check my webpage, which is benita.urbieta@villa.com.
Now, we were talking a little earlier about veterans. You have anything special for veterans? Do they need a giant down payment, or how can a veteran get into a house?
You know what? It's very easy. It's very easy. If they qualify, they can get in their house almost 100%.
Almost zero down.
Almost zero fees. Okay, we don't. They don't charge them any points, nothing like that. But they can get assisted, and the down payment and closing cost.
Wow.
So that's another thing for vets right now. You know what? If you are a vet, we can always help you too.
Yeah, so veterans really ought to not be renting right now. So
yeah.
Benita can help you with that too. So it sounds like there's nobody who shouldn't be calling you now if they're thinking of selling their house or thinking of buying a house. If they're renting, they don't even know if they can buy one. They should call Benita Urbieta.
They should call me. My number one more time is 559-779-5161. And at any time, you know what, there's no excuse for you not to own a house right now, okay? Because the rates are very low. Take advantage of that.
The other thing about renters is their rent goes up every year. Every year. But if you get a house for $1,300 a month, it's that way forever. It doesn't go up like a rent does.
And not only that, but you know what? It is a great advantage for somebody to own a home. You know what? If you own a home, it can help you in different ways. One of the things, you can build up equity. Another thing is like you might save in taxes. A lot of people that are renting right now, at the end of the year, not only they paying the rent to somebody else that owns the house, but they end up paying taxes too. So by owning a house, you're going to have a lot of deductions too. So it's going to help you in your taxes too. So there's great advantages to be a homeowner. So anytime, just call me, 559-779-5161.
You just reminded me of a story. My first house I bought, about $100,000, and the interest rate was like 9%.
Oh.
And whatever the house price was, I don't remember. No, I think it was about $50,000. Whatever. My payment was $500 a month. I thought, oh my gosh, how am I going to make a $500 a month payment? 9% interest, and so, I think I bought it for $55,000, and then 10 years later I sold it for $200,000. So that's what you're talking about, the equity. The value of the house goes up, and at $150,000.
That's a great savings that they can have, in somebody that buys a house. And people don't think about that. They think just, oh my gosh, I'm going to make a big payment. Okay, just compare. You're paying rent already.
Yeah.
You're paying rent already. But not only that, you know what? You're going to build a value in your house. It's like a savings account.
Yeah.
You're going to have like a savings account.
Very good. But you have to call Benita to find out. It's free to call her. All these things she does, she doesn't charge you anything. If you sell a house, maybe there'll be a little commission, but you never have to give her any money up front for any of these services.
Nothing. And not only that, but you know what? Also, I'm very good about negotiating your closing cost. A lot of the times, you know what? They just, if they qualify for an FHA loan, they have to bring some a down payment. We have other programs that they might not. They might be assisted with. But a lot of the times, closing costs, the buyers have to pay for closing costs. So I'm able to negotiate that one way or another.
Maybe keep a few $1,000s in
maybe
their
a few
pocket,
thousands, or maybe nothing.
Yeah,
Okay?
maybe nothing.
Yeah, maybe nothing.
Nice,
But
nice.
that has to be on the real estate, how they're going to take care of that transaction.
Yeah, very good. Well, you've heard it here, Benita Urbieta. Say it for me, your first and last name. It's beautiful. It's like poetry when you say it.
My name is Benita Urbieta.
Oh, yeah.
Urbieta.
Much more beautiful than I could say it. I recommend her. Call her. We'll be back with more Central Valley Talk, Central Valley Real Estate, right after this.